What is good, everyone? Today we're gonna update you guys on what has been going on in the esports scene for Gears. So let's get into it. First things first. Andre is taking a break from Gears, as you see in the tweet, and focus on himself. Just, I guess, he's not having fun playing the game no more. So there's his tweet. Got another tweet here, blood dated. I guess they found their fourth. They were looking for one. Pushies. Said something about Gary being on single stick is greater, which I find kind of pathetic. Here's the bracket for your winners. United has now claimed the crown. It used to be KCP, but they got upsetted by Fire and Ice. Apparently they had some issues where his show lagged out or something. His power went up and they had to use a sub, and unfortunate. And they lose to the worst pro league team in the scene, but they were seemingly cracked out because they almost beat PK and went to 3-2, so that's pretty crazy. PK beat Rebel 3-2. United beat Oxygen 3-0. Elevate came out of nowhere and beat Noble 3-1, and then they almost beat United, so that was close as well, but then United obviously took the series 3-1, so congratulations on United for winning this week's Emergence Day. Another big announcement, this could be like Gears News or eSports as well. After the poll results, that tuning that you played in Control, the Versus event, will be in the game on Tuesday, so get ready for that, guys. And then Player of the Week for Week 2 is Toady, so congratulations on Toady on winning the Player of the Week Astro Gaming title. And then to look at the standings, what it looks like now, we have Noble and Rise tied for first. Then you got KCP in third. And then you got tied for fourth. You got PK, Rebel, and E United and Elevate. You got 4 teams, 2 and 2. Oxygen 1 and 3. Hive 0 and 4, and F&I 0 and 4. As I expected, that these two teams would be near the bottom, then this team, and then Elevate, which Elevate is still kind of competing with the other teams. But let's see who they played against. So here are the matches they play against. They beat PK. So that's a big win for them. They lost to KCP, which is, and Rise, and it was close games, so I'll give it to them. They are improving, I guess. And obviously F&I, they 3-0 them. They're not very good. So there's that. Let's take a look at Oxygen's games. Who they played against. They lost to Rise 2-3. It's tough for Oxygen as well. They played like the top 4 best teams in the game around there, so it is what it is. They at least 3-0'd Hive, so that means they are for sure not going to be the last team. 100%. That's a big thing there. Hive, obviously, they lost to Oxygen. They lost to Rebel, KCP, PK. I just don't expect much from them at all. Take a look at United to see who they lost to. So in their first week, they went 1-1. I'm assuming it was the first week. Yeah, well, they beat we would say shittier teams, and then lost to the harder teams. So nothing too special with United right now. Rebel, I'm gonna assume the same thing here. Let's see. Hive, they beat 3-1 in F&I. So yeah, they lost to more difficult opponents, which PK I thought they would have beaten, but PK is really surprising me lately. But again, they beat the shittier teams, so I think it'll be a huge matchup with these two. PK, they surprisingly lost to one of the shittier teams, which was Elevate, and they beat Rebel. Then they lost to Rise, and for sure dub for Hive, like as you'd expect. So yeah, assuming the next matches are gonna be important. Rise, they're already 4-0. With that 4-0 record, they've had two kind of easier opponents. I would say PK's in the middle of the pack kind of team, and then a close game with E United. So their matches are gonna be tough down the road. Like your Rebel, they're in the middle of the pack. KCP and Noble are a top team. So those are like the big ones, but I could see them winning like at least 3 out of the 5 rest of those games. So they're definitely in the top seed. Noble, they're 4-0. Two of those teams were not very highly skilled. I consider in the bottom 3, so they've already beat those teams. Rebels in the middle, but they did beat the former champions in KCP, so that's a big dub for them. They're gonna have some tough opponents like E United, Rise, PKs, and like that middle tier. Elevate is a surprising factor. They're like the dark horse, and Hive should be an easy dub for them. So we'll see how it's gonna be. KCP, obviously they lost to Noble, close game. It is what it is. To be Elevate, Hive, E United, so they have two pretty much easy games. Rebels in the middle tier. Oxygen was one of those. Okay, so Rise is one of those top teams, and then PK is like one of those middle tier teams. So I could see them going far, really. For the challenger split, is it split 1? Challengers. The points are here. The surprising thing is they've already lost a member on their team, and I'm assuming this section here doesn't even matter now where they are positioned because they made a new roster. Same from what I heard, this roster here, Crush Mode doesn't even want to play with his teammates, so we'll see what that team is like. Dementive's team already making roster changes. The TPH, I saw some of their players making some roster changes. Our team is playing with a sub. Heard that Mo and Co. They're going to be playing with a sub, and it looks like Speedy might be that sub. That's kind of ironic. But yeah, let's just get into the roster stuff. So a new roster here that's been formed is Deathwish, Brooch, Chat Handles, and Reapties. So we'll just cut that out. As you guys may know, Spy is kind of questionable. This team right here is supposed to be playing together, but I've seen Speedy on that roster, so I don't know what's going on. But this should be a full 4-man team with J-Mob, Speedy, Exceedings, and Zenon. This team was just a for fun team. New team here with Level, Symphonic, Nash, Zed. Then you had Emissives, Red 9, God Reds, Flames. You know, they dropped Speedy from that team. And then this was the team that I noticed that was like kind of mixed together. We had Arthur, Multi, Infernus, and Anthrax. And another team was Overdose, Chippy, Vets, and Purrs. And that was this Infinite Blue team that I don't know. I don't know what's going on exactly. So seeing them in the streams, it is what it is. Hopefully, yeah, that we get to see some new rosters. Definitely update you guys on that on Monday after the Challenger series. So hope you guys enjoy and peace.